If you've clicked on this video, you're probably feeling anxious right now or dealing with anxiety, or maybe you deal with quite a lot of anxiety. And this is something that has been quite prominent in my life as well. You might be feeling a little bit stuck or like not knowing how to move forwards with whatever it is that is going on in your life. Maybe you are feeling like you're just over thinking or worrying about so many different things. Or like me, you might have woken up with just a really strong feeling of anxiety in your body, and really you just want to find a way to overcome that anxiety in the most healthy way possible that allows you to use your emotions to guide you towards a decision that is in alignment for you. Hi, my name is Amy, and in this video I'm going to be telling you how I overcome anxiety using these 3 techniques. I actually woke up this morning with quite a strong feeling of anxiety, which is what has inspired me to make this video, because I have a process that I feel really helps me to alchemize what I'm feeling, to not only bring about more growth and self-awareness, but to also allow the anxiety to be heard, and in turn, once the emotion has fully been felt and heard, it tends to pass a lot quicker. So this is why I would love to teach you guys what I do so that you can try this for yourself and see if it works out for you. Before I move on, I just want to ask if you have any experience of your own of overcoming anxiety. I would love to know how you do so. So please let me know in the comments. So the first thing I did this morning, and the first thing I usually do when I get anxiety or any like just intense negative emotion really, is I will write everything out, how I'm feeling. Because for me, this morning, for example, I woke up just feeling so anxious, not really knowing exactly what it is that's making me anxious. And I had like a little bit of an inkling, but there was so many things going through my head that it was just kind of overwhelming. And so I decided to write everything out until I felt like I had gotten what I needed out. I was still feeling anxious. I realized that I was in quite a negative like thought loop, so I decided to come over to my altar. This is where like I usually do my meditation and my morning practice. I decided to really first of all feel into the anxiety. So when I'm doing this, I am making sure that whatever is feeling anxious inside of me, whatever part of me is feeling anxious, is fully feeling heard and validated. This is such an important step of the process, because a lot of techniques which are really good for raising our vibration don't mention in the beginning to actually validate our feelings first. And if we just go in and like try to raise our vibration or improve our mood, one of the parts inside of us might feel like it's being ignored. So what I'll do is I will remind myself that this is going to pass, and I'll remind myself that it's okay. I will literally speak to myself and say, I'm listening to you. Whatever message you have right now, I'm here to hear it and I'm open to hearing it. And whatever comes through, I'll just say it's okay to feel like this. Sometimes I don't really get anything through. Like this morning, it wasn't really that I was getting any messages through, but I was more just allow myself to focus on the feeling and really, really feel it and go deep into it. And then it wasn't until I went into the next step, which was I did a breathwork session, which really helped me to kind of rise above the emotion and the anxiety. Before I'd done the breathwork, I was kind of caught up and identified with all of the thoughts and all of the worries that I was having. And as soon as I did that breath work, I found myself kind of rising above it and being able to see myself from a different perspective. And I noticed that I'd gotten so wrapped up in all of my stresses, all of my anxieties, that it created separation between me and the relationships in my life. I was kind of just not present when I was with people, and because I was just thinking about things that were causing the anxiety. And I think that this morning, just by really, really listening to myself and then doing that breath work, really helped me to understand, okay, maybe I've been a little bit not in fully in the moment, and maybe trying to stay present and bringing myself back to the present moment is going to really help with how I'm feeling moving forward. And I really listened to what it was that I was feeling anxious about, and then I decided that what I was going to do with those feelings. And I'll give you an example. One of the things that I was feeling anxious about was because where I've been working quite a lot recently, and I mentioned in another video, I've been really trying to get into my hard work and discipline energy. And with that, because I'm not naturally usually like that before I started practicing this, it's created a lot of shifts in my life and shifts in my relationships, because I'm not doing the same things that I would usually be doing all the time. So with that, I realized how I wasn't able to do certain things that I would usually do in my relationships, and I was getting really worried and anxious that I wasn't going to be like a good partner if I carried on like this. And this was just one of the things that I was really feeling anxious about. And I think that when we get into this like anxious spiral, we can almost start like attracting more things to be anxious about. Like everything becomes just like under this perspective of anxiety. So just from like noticing those things that I was really becoming anxious about, I was able to choose whether this was something that I actually believed, or was it something that I wanted to change in my thinking. And I think that being aware of it, I can choose that maybe going forward, I'm not going to put so much pressure on myself to be perfect in every single area. So obviously when I'm more present and I'm not overthinking about these things, then I'm able to be more present with my partner and actually nurture the relationship and the connection that we have together. So whilst I'm editing this video, I realised that there was a couple of things that I wanted to add. After you've done all of this kind of like work to going deep into your subconscious and really feeling what it is that's making you anxious, and writing out all the negative stuff that you're feeling negative. And one thing I wanted to mention was, after that, then it's like a really good idea to then raise your vibration, because if we just like keep ourselves in that energy of like going deep and doing all the shadow work and all of that, like you don't want to stay in that energy. And that's why I went in and did the breath work after, because that is something that raises my vibration like really well. But just on ways to improve anxiety, I mean, there's so many ways out there. I'm not going to like pretend like I know all the ways, but I know that like exercise can be amazing for anxiety, and looking into like the kind of foods you're eating, and basically anything that you yourself thinks that you need in that moment. You can even ask yourself, what is it that I'm needing in this moment? What could I do to improve my mood right now? And then use your intuition. And that's what I love to do, is use my intuition to figure out the next step in improving my mood and getting myself back into a good place and like an energy that is going to be useful. And maybe even after you've looked into how you're feeling, it might be that you want to communicate something to someone, or it might be that you don't want to communicate something but you want to change the belief that you've got that might be causing the anxiety. But what do you guys do when you have anxiety? I would love to hear your experiences, and I would love to hear what things you do when you have anxiety, because it's always good to share and learn from others. But that is it for this video, guys. So I will see you in the next one. If you want to keep up with other videos that I'm going to be posting in the future, then please do subscribe. I would really appreciate that. But for now, thank you. See you later. Bye.